Now we will continue. Now we will continue the previous session with exception handling. I'll share the PPT. So we have discussed what is runtime error, how the runtime error will be shown. Now we will discuss what is exception handling and important points to remember about exception handling. So handling can arise from different kinds of situation. Okay, we can say this not exception is an abnormal condition which interrupt your program or which stop your program execution. So exception in Java can arise from different kind of situations such as wrong data entered by user, hardware failure, network connection failure, database server down, etc. An exception is an abnormal condition, already I told you, abnormal condition that arises in a code sequence at runtime. So in another word, we can say that exception is an runtime error. Exception is a runtime error. When exception occurs, an exception object is created. Object is created. So this Java platform try to throw that exception object, signaling that an unaccepted situation has happened, such divide by zero, array index out of bound exception, okay, null pointer exception, or access non-existing elements. So what is the best choice? Means we will kill the program. To kill our program, we have to destroy our program. So because of this, I have written a program, I have compiled, no error is there, but because of this runtime error, my program has to be killed. Again, you can't continue to execute the program. Once this runtime error will be solved, only you can execute that program. So in Java, this exception can be handled. This exception can be handled. That's why that framework is called as exception handling framework. So this exception handling framework is used to handle runtime errors only, not compile time errors. Okay. So this exception handling framework handles only runtime errors, not compile time errors. Okay. Java exception handling keywords. What are the exception handling keywords we have? Means especially we are going to use 5 keywords which is used in exception handling framework. First one is try. Second one is catch, throw, throws. Here throw and throws are different. And finally. Okay, it has similar characteristic but it is different. First we are going to see here first two keywords, try and catch. I can say this try catch block, because what is block? After this try or after this catch, if you give open braces and closed braces, inside that braces if you write the logic, that is called a block. Okay, so always you should write this try or catch as a block. That's why we can say try catch block. Then next question you can get, ma'am, why try and catch together we have given? Because you told here 5 keywords. Because if you give, if you feel this code can get runtime error, this code make a runtime error, because of this my program cannot be executed properly. Like this, if when you are writing a program or when you are developing an application, if you feel this code will create a problem during runtime or execution time, if you feel that code, you can put it in try block. That code it can put it in try block. If you simply if you put it in try block, it cannot be, exception cannot be handled properly. So whatever you are feeling that it is creating problem during execution time, that code you can keep it in try block. That try code has to be handled in catch block. That code has to be handled in catch block. That's why if you have try, you have a catch block. Without try, you can't write catch block, it is invalid. Okay, so try catch block will be used for exception handling in our code. Try is the start of the block and catch is at the end of try block to handle the exception. Exception will be handled in catch block only. Try block, just you have to give the we can say suspicious codes. These codes can give problem during execution. That code has to be written in try, but it has to be handled properly in catch block. Okay, so if suppose you can think, I have so two three for example, I have one suspicious code. It may create a problem during execution. I can put it in try, but I don't know only one catch is enough to handle, because I don't know this catch block whatever I am giving it will be handled. I have two three ideas which will be helpful to handle this exception. So based on this problem, proper catch should be chosen and it has to be handled like that. If you feel with one try we can give n number of catch blocks, n number of catch blocks. We no need to match this try with this catch. One try with number of catches, one try with number of catches. When the JVM will execute the program based on the try block suspicious statement, corresponding catch block will be chosen and your exception will be and runtime error will be handled. So that keep it in your mind, we can have multiple catch block with a try, and we can nested try catch. Later we will study. Now you remember that one try one catch normal, but one try we can write n number of catch blocks. Okay, but catch block requires a parameter. You can just open try, you can write just to write try keyword, open braces, closed braces, inside that you can write a code. But if you're writing catch, it should have a parameter, catch off. Inside that you should write a parameter which is of type exception. If suppose you feel arithmetic exception space E, null pointer exception space E, array index out of bound exception space E. If you don't know which error exception means, simply you can write exception. Because exception, like I told you, object class is the topmost class in your Java program. Like that, in exception hierarchy, if you see, exception class is a topmost class. This array index out of bound exception, null pointer exception, interrupted exception, then this divide by zero exception, all are the subclass of the class exception. This is about try catch. Next to throw. If suppose you don't know how I have to handle the exception by using try catch, if you give try, you should write catch block. That catch block you should write a code to handle the exception. But I don't have a confident that my try block is this, catch block is properly it will work. So that time I feel that if exception is a runtime error is coming in my program, just I can throw that exception. I don't want to handle very properly. If I through throw keyword, I can handle that exception. Then that time you have to use this throw keyword. If any exception occurs, an exception object is getting created. Already I told you, any exception occurs immediately, because exceptional I told you, class. So if any exception occurs, immediately exception object is getting created, and then Rava runtime starts processing to handle them. So if sometimes we want to generate exception explicitly, whatever is the error, just explicitly I want to generate the exception, we have to throw the exception to client if the password is null. Throw keyword is used to throw exception to the runtime to handle it. What is throw? Already is there. Why we are in need of throws? Okay, throw means just we are going to throw the exception. Throws means keep it in your right method. When we are throwing any exception in a method, at not handling it, if you are throwing the exception which is present in the method and it is not handling it, we can use throws keyword in the method signature to let caller program no exceptions. Okay, that might thrown by that method, that are thrown by the method. Throws means mainly used for methods. Throw, just we can throw the exception. Okay, finally, so finally block is optional. Finally block is optional. Okay, that can be used only with try catch block, not throws. If you use try catch, you can use finally. But very important point about finally is, one is optional. Another important point is, if you give finally, after that open braces, closed braces, system.out.println, I have handled the exception successfully, means even though try block has some auspicious codes or some runtime error or not, this I handled my exception successfully will be executed always. Try functionally block if you give, always whatever you have written inside the functionally block, always it gets executed. Okay, so you see here, finally block is optional. I have to use try means catch, but no need that I have to use try catch finally also. Finally is optional. If you want, you can use. Some of the information has to be printed always. If you feel, you can use the finally block. Since exception halts the process of execution, we might have some resources open that it will not get closed. So we can use finally block. I told you. Finally block gets executed always. Gets executed always whether the exception occurred or not. So these are the 5 keywords we are going to use in the further lecture to handle the exception. Already I told you. What is the topmost error exception means throwable. Under throwable, there are two things other. One is error, another one is exception. Error already we have discussed, out of memory error, IO error, like that. But exception means can be caught and it can be handled. IO exception, runtime exceptions. IO exception is file not found exception. Runtime exception, example only these are. Null pointer exception. Number of exceptions are there. If you go to this Java and if you see the help, that list that exceptions means it will list all the exceptions. Especially when you are going to discuss servlet and JSP, this exception will be handled more. Java, first we have going to discuss first two keywords, try, catch, block, and along with that we are going to discuss functionally also. So Java try, catch, and finally blocks helps in writing the application code which may throw exceptions in runtime. In runtime, otherwise during runtime. It gives us a chance to either recover from the exception by executing alternate application logic you can use, or handle the exception to report back to the user. Okay, especially it helps in preventing the applications crashes. That's why I told servlet, it will, once I have written servlet program or JSP, or as I have developed some application using JDBC, ODBC in internet, immediately when the client is using my app, it should not give the error, so that I should whatever wherever error will come, like that I feel I can put it in try block and I have to handle by catch. Not only try and catch, I can throw that exception also. Like that, each and every application should be handled properly by this exception handling framework. Try block contains the application code which is expected to work in normal condition. So the try block contains an application code which is expected to work normal condition means if you have some error, it has to be handled properly. What is the syntax? Already I told you. Try, open bracket, what is the application code? That means you feel that this code will create a problem, you have to put and close this bracket, sorry, braces. Catch block follows the try block. Always you should not try first catch then try. Always try block, then only catch block. So that if you put first catch, then if you put try, means that is error. How? Not syntax error, it is a structure error. Okay, structure error. So the optional catch block follows the try block and must handle the checked exception thrown by try block, as well as any possible unchecked exceptions also you can take. Try code catch, I told you catch block should have a parameter first. So exception E, handle the exception. So if the application can go in a different way, only one try, but only one catch block cannot. Whatever I have written the code to handle the catch block must be mismatched with the try block code, so that we can give one try block n number of catch block. That means multiple catch block. Each catch block we can handle one or more specific exceptions in a unique way. When one catch block handles the exception, next catch blocks are not executed. You have written try, you have written 5 catch block. First catch block codes are not matching with this try code. Second, third one is matched, means remaining four will not be executed. Third catch block will be executed and it will give you the result. Immediately shift directly from the executed catch block to execute remaining part of the program including finally block. What is this? For example, I have written my try block. I have given int a, b, c. A I have given int a equal to 5, b equal to 0, c, okay, c equal to a by b I have given. I have given this statement in try block. Catch block I have written catch divide by 0 exception, otherwise exception E, open bracket, system.out.println divide by 0 exception, close the bracket. After that I have written one 10,000 lines of code. So what the system will do, it will check if immediately int c equal to a by b 5 by 0 means immediately it will find that this is an error. So but you have written inside the try block. So the JVM will check anywhere my catch block is there to handle this exception or not. Yes, next catch block only is there to handle my this runtime error. So what I have written, just I have written in that println divide by 0. So immediately it will show you the output divide by 0. After this int c equal to a by b, then you have written one file like system.out.println etc etc etc. Again it will not go to the control, will not go to try block and continue the other statements. Where it finds that error is runtime error, there itself it stops and it will check anywhere catch block is there with the corresponding exception. If it is there, that catch block will be executed later. After catch block, whatever the statements you have written, it will be executed. Your program will not be terminated. If the catch block is not handle this error properly, your program will be terminated abnormally. If but here in my record I have handled, so later whatever I have written it will be executed. Again it the control will not turn back to try block. So till that, whatever you have given any system.out.println or any task that will be executed. After this error, it won't be executed. After after catch block, what are the statements you have given? It will be executed. Little bit that theory wise it will confuse. I will show you the example and clear the logic. You see here multiple catch block syntax. Just this is syntax, not an example. Try, you are writing one code, catch null pointer exception. If you are giving string, you are not given the null pointer exception. Number format exception, exception E. Okay, if both are not matching, it will go to exception E and it will be handled. Then this two won't be handled. After this will be this catch block is executed, control will not transfer here. After this catch block, whatever the statement you have written, it will be executed. Next, finally block. So finally block, I told you it is optional. Chance to run the code when we want to execute every time, always executed either with error or without error. Try, open file, read file, catch exception, then finally. If this catch is not handled properly also, if try is having error also, this finally will be executed. Try with catch without finally block. Try means catch should be there. Finally block is optional. If you want, you can give. Otherwise, no need to give. With a try block, we can use either a catch block or finally block. Try, finally you can use. Otherwise, try, catch you can use. If you want try, catch, finally, both, all the three you can use. But no need that finally is always to be returned. Try with finally without catch block. So if here you have a error or not, this finally block will be executed. But if it is not handled properly, after finally block will not be executed. Finally block till finally block executed. After that, if you are written on 10,000 line, it won't be executed if this try is not handled by finally block properly. Okay. So now I will explain this program. Public class finally, always where our execution starts, public static void main into marks of. So 1 2 3 4 5 values I have assigned in this marks of array. system.out.println okay 1. So immediately what is your output after this execution continues? So system.out.println. So what is your first output? Okay 1. Next, try block. After try, no need to give anything, open braces only. Don't forget. System.out.println marks of 10. Marks of 10. But here what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Marks of 10 we have given. So catch arithmetic exception E. Arithmetic exception E. System.out.println some problem plus E. Finally, system.out.println OK 2. System.out.println OK 3. So that's all code. If you see here, what is my thing into marks of this one, but I have given 76 5 values only, but here marks of 10 values I didn't initialize, so that it will give you the runtime error. What error? Array index out of bound exception error. But if you see, immediately I told you the JVM will check anywhere my try block statement, this runtime error can be handled. But this is what? This is arithmetic exception. But my exception is what? Array index out of bound exception. So this cannot be handled this. So next it will check. If you have given just a catch of exception E means this would be handled some problem with the message it will print. But here explicitly I have given the parameter is arithmetic exception. But my problem is array index out of bound exception. So that this catch will not handle this try. So anywhere other catches or there means no. So next it will check only finally. So what it will be printed? I told you always finally block statements gets printed. So system.out.println whether error or not error. So okay 2. So first output is what? Okay 1. Second output is okay 2 is closed. Ma'am, whether this OK3 will be executed or not? No, it won't be executed because your error cannot be handled. If your error have been handled properly, here if you would have given arithmetic exception, some problem with this error message, OK3, all will be printed. But here your error is not handled properly. Runtime error is not handled properly. But why this OK2 is coming means that OK2 is coming in the output means because finally block always gets printed. That's why okay 2 before your error I have this okay 1. So what is your output? You will get okay 1 okay 2 then error message, okay 1 okay 2 and then error message. You see here. So we have executed this okay 1 okay 2. You see here I told you already exception in thread main java.lang. This is in all this are in lang package. So java.lang.array index out of bound exception 10 at finally block.main finally block.java was 10. Like this it will show you the error. I got some two output also along with that error because my I didn't get any of this. Some problem message also I didn't get okay 3. So my program didn't execute completely. It stopped abnormally. Execution stopped abnormally. Okay, this is the example. So now how the Java exception handling works, we will continue in the next session. Thank you.